Alright, hey guys. I wanted to try my hand at creating a flying AI, but I didn't quite know where to start. So I wanted to wanted to record this of me kind of figuring everything out and going from there. So right off the bat, I'm going to open up a new empty level and go ahead and create a object here. So the issue with flying AI is the navigation is based on the actual navigation mesh itself. So if I really want good AI, I basically have to work through a vector. And what I was thinking is doing it within some sort of a volume. So it'll be like a bounding box, a fine point within a bounding box, and go there. So we'll kind of work through it like that. So I could do an actor. I'm thinking I'll do a pawn instead though, because that way I could do everything inside of a controller rather than the actor itself. I'm thinking. So we'll go ahead and try it. Flying AI. Pop this open. We have our pawn. I'm gonna do a static mesh. Fly bot. Sure, let's call him a fly bot. Do a cube here. Make him kind of small. And let's see. Maybe a little bit bigger. Is that bad? Alright, so now we want to create our controller actually. So blueprint class, AI controller. And I'm not even sure if this is going to work yet. So we'll call it fly controller. Let's call it flight map. Alright. Let's open this guy up. We'll set the controller to our fly controller. And let's go ahead and open our controller up. So basically what I'm thinking is utilizing this node here. Random point in bounding box. So basically you want to get the origin of the box and then get the actual box extent. So what I'm thinking is just doing the origin from the get controlled pawn. So we'll do get actor location origin. Box extent. I'm not sure how we want to do that, so I'm just going to keep that there. What I'm thinking the box extent is like if we open up a box collision, box extent here, so our bounds will be in that volume. So if I do by 1,000, that's a bigger area. So we'll go ahead and do that. Or at least, let's go in the middle. Okay. So, so because there's no movement component, I don't know if we can do an AI We might be able to. Let's try it. I'm not. I really don't think this is gonna work because I think this is based on navigation. But we'll try it. And let's go ahead. Just pop that into there. I really don't think this is gonna work. I'll be surprised if it does. Yeah, okay, it's not going to. So what we actually need to do instead of AI move to is let's go ahead and add a timeline. And essentially I'm going to be using this as a tick. Yeah, so we'll just do my standard, the alpha track here. And this will be 1, 1. We can always optimize this later. Loop. Use less keyframe. Okay, so now we'll loop vector alpha. Right, and then just go ahead and set. Try that out. Update. And this may cause him to zoom around a bit, but oh yeah, he's going crazy. Okay, so let's set this to like, oh yeah, he's going nuts. He's going nuts. But as you saw, he is indeed going. So let's not autoplay either. Find location, play from start. Finished. Let's do a short delay. And then float in range. We'll do like 3 and 5. And then we'll play call find location again. Oh, ha. And to call it initially, don't I? Okay, he is freaking out, man. Oh. Yikes, that's crazy. Did turn loop off, right? Yep. Okay, I did. So now I wonder if it's because of this guy here. Let's try doing a delay of 0.2 seconds between each tick here. See what's going on. Okay, so he's like just like finding like crazy, like a different point each time. So this isn't how I want to do this. We want to set this once. let's go ahead and promote to variable. I'll rename that after. And then this guy. So it sets it once. Because it looks like each call. There we go. Alright, we'll go ahead and do assimilate. Okay, so that works. Except let's get rid of this so it's a little bit smoother. Looks like that delay might be way too long. Let's try and let's shorten this. 1 in 3. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Let's just try a delay of 0.2. See what happens there. My mouse is not cooperating. Okay, that can't be from the delay. So maybe. So I wonder if it's like choosing the same location multiple times or something. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Let's open this up. And every time it's finished, I want it to print. And when I want it to print, I want it to print the location that we got there. Oh, ha! You know what it is? This right here. I betcha. There, now he's moving around. Now it's cycling through all of the different locations that it's finding. Well, very cool. Alright. I just want to make that just a little bit longer. Yeah, now it kind of finds different locations. Yeah, I think 2 is a little bit better. 2's not bad. And we use less keyframe, so it actually, you don't really have to adjust this, I don't think. But we'll go ahead and see. When we use less keyframe as tick, you usually don't have to actually set that. Yeah, see, it's the same. Okay. So now we got a weird kind of flying AI here. Let's take a look at our code. And I mean, there are other ways of doing this. Just this is kind of the way I like doing it. I like working off of a timeline. It's not very expensive. And you really have flexibility with it. So if you want a different type of functionality, if you want the AI to move much faster between points or something like that, you can. All you got to do is just change the time there, make sure use less keyframe is on, and that's all you got to do. I don't know. It's pretty easy system. That's why I like doing this system so much. I saw a comment once, curious about why I use timelines in this manner and stuff, and I don't know. I just like doing it this way. There are different ways of doing it, absolutely. I mean, you can utilize the timeline here to create floats with actual vector tracks. You can do events. You can do color tracks. Pretty much whatever you want. It's just, I don't know. I really like this system, and it's not taxing barely at all on your system. It's such an easy thing to do, and rather than doing, event tick, which I despise, it's extremely unpredictable. It's very bad practice using an event tick because it's called every single frame. So if, let's say you make a game where every single event that needs to be called continuously is on an event tick, right? On one computer, it might run the game at 60 frames per second. So this is going to act differently than on a computer that can run it at 30 or 20. Hopefully you're not playing it then, but at 10. It's going to react differently. It's so unpredictable that I really don't like it. Another great way of doing it is of replicating a tick is something like this. This would be called on event begin play, and then have it loop the function every 0.01 seconds right here. And the nice thing about this is if you don't need it anymore, clear timer by function name, tick, and it'll stop calling this event. So you could really manage your code and what's being called when with this system here. But in this case, tick is going to be called every 0.01 seconds, no matter what it's going to be called, unless you clear it. And when you clear it, of course, you have to reset the timer, which is calling this node again, which isn't that big of a deal. But with a system like this, it's called on begin play, so find location. It calls your find location, goes through it, and then once it's finished, it calls find location again, right? But if you simply add like branch and then let's say you have a stop wandering variable. So false, you want to continue wandering. But if this is true, it's going to stop calling this just flat out. It's not a continuous tick, anything like that. It's just going to flat out stop calling it. And then As soon as you want this event to start calling again, all you have to do is set stop wandering to false and call find location. So it starts playing it again. You know, it's a very simple system. You don't have to restart a timer and have it tick every few seconds or every 0.01 seconds if you're really going for it. You don't have to deal with that stuff. It's all right here. It's a self-sustaining function rather. So once it's called, it will continuously to be called based on this timeline here. And like I said, I really like this system. I think it's much more efficient. And I'd be happy to see a benchmark statistic on it, where you guys can let me know what the actual performance difference is between this little system I've got here versus setting a timer on a event or event tick, which I know for a fact will be worse off, but still. So yeah, I suppose I'll just kind of end it there. I mean, it was very uneventful, but at least it kind of painted a picture of what a AI kind of shooting around looks like. And of course, you can adjust this however you want it to be adjusted, so it'll actually continuously kind of fly through between different events and stuff. You can clean it up that way if you want to. But cool. Thanks for watching.